In each of the 3 last chance races for the compacts, the top 4 cars will transfer. 12 laps of racing for the compacts. That's almost a feature event at some tracks for this division. And a decent field of cars out there now for the first. Columbus Motors Speedway Chief Starter Jim Paul showing the what. And the next time around, the field will go to green. Bill. You want to be in the top 4 at the end of this one to get you into the main event feature for the compacts tonight. Bill Ott, Seth Rager in row 1, coming to green off of turn 4, and the 2010 edition of the main event set to begin as we are off and racing in our first compact last chance. In the lead goes Ott, and to the back, dropping like a rock, is Dunlap in the 36. The Midvale Speedway point champion with problems on the start. We've also got problems in 2 nearly as the 19 of Lonnie Brown and the 157 of Tom Barrett get together, and Barrett spins over in turn 2. Be a complete restart. No laps in, 12 to go. Almost looked like he missed a shift or couldn't get the car in gear. To the green, Jim Paul will wave it, and the cars will hit the go button. Out of 4, and a much better start this time for the 36 of Dunlap. He gets by Rager for second going into the first turn. Oh, we got the 97 spinning towards the infield. That's Mark Parker. Parker continues on, will join the asphalt over in turn 2. And for second, Rager and Dunlap. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. Bill Ott, the leader, battle for second. Dunlap on the inside, sliding back a bit. Rager looks good in that second group. Side by side continues. Again, the top 4 will transfer, and right now, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Racing hard for those positions. Oh, Dunlap, a little sideways. He nearly slid up into the 83 of Rager. Ryan Tamburo in the 51 car, 1 spot out of a transfer position. As he runs the bottom, trying to stay smooth on the low side of Dan Kalminer. Into the infield, the 97 of Mark Parker. Looks like he's on his way to the B main tonight. Kirby's auto-wrecking 97 of Parker. Well, Bill Ott building himself up a huge lead, and he comes to lap number 5. 5 complete, 7 to go. Halfway this time. 6 in, 6 to go. Current final transfer spot, the 16. Tamburo wants it. Litchfield in the 82 is also closing. Oh, Bill Ott with problems in the 20 car. His car dropping off the pace. The race leader, Bill Ott, has given up the lead to Rager. Dunlap goes around. Kalminer. Tamburo now into a transfer spot. Now it's the 82 of Litchfield, 1 spot out of a transfer. Watch Litchfield try to get by Tamburo. 4 to go. Ott's car has picked up speed again. The 20 running with the traffic, but is already out of a transfer position, and deep in the field is Tommy Barrett and the 19 of Brown down in front of him. Here goes Litchfield, the 82 car, running in 5th, working on Tamburo for that final transfer spot. 2 to go. Tamburo, part-time schedule this year. Litchfield running in the street stocks and in the compacts this weekend. Final circuit, white flag for Seth Rager, but the battle for 4th continues. teeth on the front of that 82 car, eating up the rear bumper of the 51 of Tamburo. Off of turn 4, Rager the win. Second place to Dunlap, third to Cal Minor, and fourth to the number 51. Oh, and now Litchfield in the 82 runs up into the side of Tamburo down in turn 2. 16 of Cal Minor makes it, and picking up the victory, pulling to the finish line, the Eddie's Auto Body, Cantley Incorporated, number 83. Put your hands together for Seth Rager. There he is again, your winner, the 83 of Seth Rager. Compact several weeks ago, brought this one out for the last few weeks of the racing season. Different car. Starting fifth is one spot out of a transfer. Top 4 get a good start over in turn 4, and we are green flag racing. David Lucas in the 61 goes into the top spot. The 07. Brian Bivens in second, falling back a bit. Side by side for second, the 07 of Brian Bivens, the 31 of Robbie Smith, the 99 of Donnie Nash, the 4 transfer cars. On the move, the 7 of Kevin McDermott, but he shoots high in turn 4, allows the 64 of Coleman to the low side, and Coleman has moved into 6. McDermott off the pace in the 7. Leading the 61 of David Lucas, second. Brian Bivens, third. Smith, and fourth is Nash. '64 Coleman's picked up a few spots in the early laps, coming to lap 5, 7 to go for Lucas. Halfway this time for the 61 of Lucas. Smith closing on Bivens for second. Bivens opens up the bottom a little bit, but Smith follows closely to the rear bumper. Five more laps to go for David Lucas. Looks like the top 4 in good position right now. Plenty of distance between themselves and the 5th place car, the 90 of Corey Kyer. But as Bill Ott proved in the last race, nothing is for sure when his car sputtered and he fell deep into the field after leading a lot of the early laps. 3 to go. Two laps remaining for Lucas, Bivens, Smith, and the 99 of Nash. final circuit. Last lap for Lucas. Back in the field, the 69 of Josh Meekham picking up a spot from Coleman. It's going to be the 61 of David Lucas advancing to the A main. Also advancing Brian Bivens, Smith, and Nash. Just out of a transfer spot, but having a good starting spot. He'll start second in the B main, number 13 of Sean Priest. Pulling to the line, your winner receiving the checkered flag for his victory lap. Let's hear it for David Lucas. It's the Aaron Savage Skipco Auto Auction Meyer Motorsports car. Rolling off the 4 and picking up the win, the 61 of David Lucas. Ed McLean's car. He normally drives it at Midvale. This week here at Columbus, driven by Wes Ennis. The 13 of Kyle Purvis. The other two cars in transfer spots before we start this one. Mike Smith in the 29. The Eddie's Auto Body Mugsy's Pub and Patio, Cantley's Incorporated car. Wes Ennis and Kyle Purvis see the green. We are racing in our final last chance for the compacts. Maybe some contact between the top two up front. Purvis in the 13 is going to take the advantage to 3 on the move in the high lane. Look at the 44 trying to hold off the 22 of Ron Smith, the 44 of Ryan Erskine. Locked wheel to wheel in that final transfer spot battle. Going to pull away from the 85, it looks like, of Bill McElfresh and the 17 of E.C. Canterbury. Still working hard for 4th. You see the battle between Smith and Erskine. Erskine's dropped to 5th from his 4th starting spot. Leading Kyle Purvis. Oh, contact for 4th. To the bottom goes Erskine. He moved the 22 over. They come down the banking, does the 22 of Smith. Oh, contact into the 3rd corner. They're going to steer out of it, though. Keep rolling. And look out down in the turn. We got cars making some contact. They're still rolling. Everyone keeps this race under green. Good job by all drivers to stay in the go pedals. 4th and final transfer car now is the 85 of Bill McElfresh. Smith applies the bumper to him. He's been a little rough so far. Smith looks low. Top 3 to breakaway. They can stay right where they are and they'll make the A main. Halfway, 6 in, 6 to go. 4th, 5th, and 6th. 4th, 5th, and 6th with just one spot that will make it out of those positions. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd can put it in cruise control. Boy, Smith now makes some contact with the 85 car of McElfresh. 3 wide in turn number 4 for the final transfer position. Who will come out of this one ahead? Right now it's in the middle, threading the needle with 22 of Smith. There are going to be some unhappy campers after the race tonight. Rubbings racing side by side for the 4th spot. At the line that time, it was Smith in the 22. That's the battle. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd still running close. Wes Ennis all over the 13 of Purvis. Doesn't want to make a mistake, though, and spin him. Oh, man, more contact between 4th and 5th. 3 laps remaining. It opens the door for the 44 car, Brian Erskine. Erskine might be sitting in the best seat in the house right now. Though Smith closes the door shut on him, 2 to go. They aren't going to be happy until they wad those 4th, 5th, and 6th place cars up. White flag now, final circuit for the 13 of Kyle Purvis. 22 of Rob Smith. Your 4th and final transfer car. Coming to the checkered, it will be Purvis, Ennis, Smith, and coming home 4th at 22 of Rob Smith. Boy, 4th, 5th, and 6th, those drivers about peeled all the leathering off of their cars. Keep your eye on those 3 drivers on the backstretch, probably a little unhappy with one another. Your winner in car number 13, Marion, Ohio's Kyle Purvis. Smith Farms, farm transport entry. Final winner of a last chance tonight for the compacts, making it into the A main. This is Kyle Purvis. Top 2 cars to transfer into the main event for tomorrow for the modifieds. Daryl McKay and Ryan Fleming coming to the green. They pick up the pace in 3, 2, 4, and we are off. Well, Williams in the 44 needed to get down, and Nash is underneath him in 1 and 2. Nash trying to take 4th away. He hits the rumble bumps, coming off of 2, drops back 2 spots. Williams hangs on to 4th. Fleming in the 31, racing with McKay up front. Perry 3rd, Williams 4th. Here comes Reeser, the 0-1 of Brian Reeser, looking for the final transfer position. Two transfer in the heat race for the modifieds. So right now, the 3rd place car of Perry, 1 spot out of a transfer. Perry sliding back, though, in the number 10 car. Might need something to happen to one of the first 2 to get back involved. Fleming all over the 80 of McKay. Looks low. Here we go into turn 3. McKay will close the door. Fleming back in line. Six in, 6 to go. This time for McKay and Fleming. Reeser up into the 4th spot. Williams back to 5th, but Reeser still a couple of more spots to go. Fleming and McKay. Side at the front of the field. See if the 31 of Fleming decides to go outside. No, he drops back into line. Fleming and McKay at the front. White flag this time, final circuit for Darrell McKay in the 80. Fleming all over him. Here comes Fleming on the high lane. He's in a transfer spot already, doesn't need to make any mistakes here. Fleming hard into turn 3. He's going to race McKay for the win, coming to the line. McKay beats Fleming. One more lap, I think Fleming would have had him. Lieutenant Perry third, fourth to Reeser, fifth to Williams, sixth to Nash. 2 cars have transferred, the 31 of Fleming. It's the Architect Glass number 80. Put your hands together for Darrell McKay. Cars for heat number 2. Again, top 2 will make it out of it. 3-car Jerry Stapleton, a regular at Kilcare Speedway, and the Scott Farms, Pavlanos, and Catanzaro. Stapleton Machine and Terry's Radiator number 3. The number 3 of Stapleton, the number 5 of Snap. The 2 transfer cars at the start to the green. Will they finish this race as the 2 transfer cars? Snap stays high, allows the 22 to look low. Parsons gave it a try, but drops into line. Jacob Muncie falling back in the 23 on the inside lane. His father, Ray, caught behind him. Ray's going to go to the outside of Jacob. Stapleton leads. Second is Snap. Battle for fourth. Blankenship goes low. He drops in line behind Jacob Muncie. Oh, look out, Blankenship nearly spun it going into the first turn. Muncie checked up, nearly lost his spot because of it. 3 down, 9 to go this time for Stapleton and Jacob Muncie. And the 23 is spun, bringing out a yellow. Was waving, and the yellow lights were on, but somehow the number 3 of Jerry Stapleton not slowing. So Stapleton the leader, no more. Muncie had spun in 3 and 4, about 3/4, half a lap ahead of the 3 of Stapleton coming around the corner, and just never slowed up. Down the back stretch. Already. 5 laps in, 7 to go. 77 car parked on the infield. You can see the right front coming down, losing the spring off of his car up in turn 3. The spring stayed up along the wall, so it's out of the way. But the car dropping down on the right rear. Halfway that time, 6 in, 6 to go for Steve Snap. Steve Snap and Donald Parsons first and second. Blankenship in third. Blankenship strong. Is he strong enough to get around the 22 car of Parsons? Blankenship in the 48 car has slid back now somewhat from the 22 car of Parsons. 11 in, 1 to go for Steve Snap. Checkered in hand, checkered in the air. Steve Snap, the winner of our second modified heat. Parsons second. Third spot to Blankenship. Fourth to Muncie. And 2 cars transfer. Incorporated number 5 from DeGraff, Ohio. Let's hear it for Steve Snap. Final heat race in the modified division. Again, the top 2 to make it to the feature tomorrow. The number 5 of Bobby Grubaugh starting on the pole. The Hall Electronics, Central Ohio Fabricators, WMA graphics car starting in that pole position. Finished 8th in points this year with 1 feature win. Number 14 of Jason Mahaffey from Dayton, Ohio, the Oakley Blacktop Affordable Auto Parts. And here comes Grubaugh, here comes Mahaffey. Grubaugh slips up, Mahaffey slips back, and we are green flag racing. Oh, look out in the corner. Miller in the 09 gets turned around and head on into the wall. Caution flag is out. Mahaffey in the 14. Mahaffey, a familiar face at the Killcare Speedway. Roll over to come to 4th. To the green we go. Grubaugh takes the lead. Mahaffey drops in line in second. Eaton, a former winner of a modified race during a main event weekend, runs third. Eaton with the bottom lane, coming off of 2. Oh, contact between Eaton and Mahaffey. Grubauer with a huge lead built up over Mahaffey and Eaton, but that battle for second is going to only heat up more as we get to the second half of this race. And it will be halfway this time, 6 laps in, 6 to go. Eaton's took a look to the outside lane. It's not worked out yet. So he's going to have to look for an opening on the bottom. Five laps to go for the number 5 of Grubauer. The 8 of Ewing has made it a 3-car battle for second. Tony Ewing, the Ostrander, Ohio driver, in 4th. Needs to pick up 2 spots to get into the feature. Now some separation for Jason Mahaffey. Oh, Eaton sideways all the way down the front stretch into the first corner after he loosened up coming off of 4. 2 to go for Bobby Grubauer. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag, the number 5 of Grubauer, the winner. Second to Mahaffey. Eaton 3rd, Ewing 4th. And Prater 5th. The Raider Industries. The Hall Electronics Central Ohio Fabricators WMA Graphics number 5. Your winner. Let's hear it for Bobby Grubauer. The Namath Performance Carpenter Asphalt Sealer Tom and Sharon Rutledge and White Racing Car. Starting 7th, MSA Super Modified point leader Charlie Schultz. They start first and second. Watches Mike Stacy and watches the 88 of Hunt try to get in the top 2. Here we go. Charleston looks good in the outside lane. Carter fighting back, middle of the backstretch. Wheel to wheel, they race off of turn 4, and at the line, it's the number 7 car of David Carter. Stacy had an opening momentarily, but here comes Pelletier into the 4th spot. Hunt back to 5th. Schultz is 6th. 7th to Summers. Charleston holding on to the bottom lane now, not wanting to open it up for Mike Stacy. Stacy does have a transfer spot through points if he needs it. The Buckmans. Harley Davidson, number 6 of Mike Stacy, working on Charleston. Gives up some ground coming off of 2. He'll close again in turns 3 and 4. Pelletier running a strong 4th. "15 laps the distance of our heats for the super late models. They complete lap 6, 9 to go. Here comes Stacy to the bottom. Charleston closes the door into 1. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Bumper to bumper. halfway, coming. Oh, we got a spin down to the corner. Caution, flag is out. The 68 of Ken White has spun. Ken White in the 68, the spin down in 3 and 4. Racing to the green. And Carter and Charleston with a good restart. Charleston right there. Carter with the lead, getting down to the final stages of our first heat. 5 laps to go. Stacy trying to work around the 21 of Charleston, but running out of time. Final circuit white flag this time to the 7 of Carter. Off of turn 4. Late model point champion David Carter the win tonight in the heat. Charleston second, Stacy third, fourth to Pelletier, fifth to the 88 of Hunt, sixth to the 65 of Schultz. Best season for Don Mahaffey Jr. in his career. The 27 of Matthew Parsons from Columbus, Ohio, the Ohio State Pallet Ride starting in the 5th spot. Rebel 105.9 ride, making your first Outlaw Super Late Model start here tonight. The 212 of Brock Coyer from Bellefontaine, Ohio, High Point Harley, Landrum Springs, Joe's Racing Products, R2C, and Coyer Enterprises car, one of the leading main event rookies. And rounding it out, the number 64, Brian Fries from Christiansburg, Ohio, Cobalt Construction Ride. Hellinga from Lawton, Michigan. Whipke from Doylestown, Ohio. To the green, we are racing second heat for the Super Late Models. Into the second turn, here comes the 71 car Fair. He had the opening, now the opening is closed. Gary Whipke in the retro paint scheme has closed the door on Fair. To the outside, here comes Mahaffey. 10 car of Sloan Henderson with the right front nose piece rubbing on the right front tire. Must have been a little bit of contact for Henderson on the start. Fair looking for third. As the opening on the bottom of Mahaffey strong into turn 3. He's losing some ground on Whipke. 64 of Christiansburg, Ohio driver Brian Fries to the infield. Fair in the 4th spot, following the 18 car of Mahaffey. Mahaffey's car shoving up off the bottom. That allows Fair again to look low. Yet to get the run he needs, though. Oh, and on the backstretch. Trouble. The 65 car of Tim Ice, I believe, has just uncorked one on the backstretch. Lipke, Mahaffey, 2nd and 3rd. To the green, Chuck Barrett looks him over and sends him off. Second, 3rd, and 4th in their own little group of cars, closing on the halfway mark. Fair on the rear bumper of Mahaffey for 3rd. Halfway, 8 laps in, 7 to go. Now Fair drops back a few car lengths. Some space between each of our competitors in the top 4. Ten complete, 5 laps to go. Four to go for Hellinga. Whipke now pulling away from that 18 of Mahaffey. Looks like he very well could be and should be on his way into the feature event tomorrow. Final circuit for Trent Hellinga. Sloan Henderson back in about 6, looking for the number 5 position. Rolling off of 4, it's the Lawton, Michigan driver Trent Hellinga to the victory. Gary Whipke slowly through 3 and 4 brings his car home in 2nd in the final transfer spot. Mahaffey 3rd, 4th place to Fair, 5th to Parsons, 6th to Henderson, and coming home 7th. The 212 of Brock Coyer on his way to the feature event. The Lawton, Michigan driver in car number 14. Put your hands together for Trent Hellinga. The Del Norte Food, Zeb's, KTS Enterprises, Harrison Packing's car. The win tonight shows him the white. Brent Jack, Josh Slade to the green. They pick it up over in turn 3. Slade off the pace a little bit of bumper tag, and get the thing rolling, but caution comes immediately back out for a failed start. It will be a complete restart. Off of turn number 4, here we go once again. Chuck Barrett looks him over this time. It's going to be a much better start, and we're rolling for 15 circuits. Brent Jack into the lead. Oh, look out. Jeremy Dennis and Josh Slade get together. Oh, man, Jeremy Dennis racing for the 2nd spot for a transfer position. And he and the 22 of Slade get together. Caution for 2nd and 3rd. Terrible break for Jeremy Dennis, who had a good qualifying effort and and he and Slade got locked up. Might not be as bad of a break as what it could have been. It might be mostly cosmetic damage on the right side.
Oh, look out. Jeremy Dennis and Josh Slade get together. Oh, man, Jeremy Dennis racing for the second spot.
Here we go to green again. Second place battle between Jeremy Dennis and Josh Slade. Dennis takes the second spot away. Back to third is Slade. Here comes Josh Smith in the 96. Smith takes third. Slade back to fourth. Fifth is Cantley. Sixth is Clougherty. Brent Jack checking out. Lap 3 at the stripe for the Butler, Indiana driver, three-time champion at the Angola Motor Speedway. Jack can put it in cruise control now with that big lead that he's built up on Jeremy Dennis. Awesome contact between Clougherty and the number 26 of Cantley over in 2. John Flynn, the 26, the red 26 racing with him. Smith closing on Jeremy Dennis for second. Battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th continues to heat up. 8 laps in, 7 laps to go for Brent Jack. And now second and third, basically bumper to bumper, is Josh Smith. The Quincy, Ohio driver has caught Jeremy Dennis. John Flynn makes the inside lane move on Bill Cantley. 2 number 26 cars change position. And Dennis with 4 laps left to hold off that 50. Or hold off the 96 of Smith, rather. To the outside of Dennis for second. Battle for the final transfer slot. Down in turn 2. Smith slides high. Back to the bottom. He'll have to go. No, he stays in the high groove. It's the final circuit for Smith. Dennis tries to make it into the race. Closes the door on the high lane. Smith working hard on the bottom. Checkered flag for the number 41 of Brent Jack. He wins. Jeremy Dennis into turn 3. Races off to 4, and Dennis will go to the A main. Smith comes home third, 4th to Slade, and 5th to Flynn. Your winner, car number 41, Brent Jack. Also transferring the 50 of Jeremy Dennis. Brent's Automotive, Butler Napa, Hartman Auto Body, Krieger Race Engines, Vans Holmes. One of those back there, the 13 of Kyle Purvis starting on the inside lane. Tim Frederick in the 41 starting outside. Number 12 of Trey Gregory in our lineup, along with the number 4. Pace truck to the infield. Mike Litchfield. Street stock and compact competitor this weekend. Starting from the pole, can he lead all 15 laps for the victory in the B main? Here we go. Kyer fighting back in the outside lane. Corey Kyer in the high lane, racing with Litchfield. Down into turn 3. In the third spot, the 44 of Ryan Erskine. Oh, contact for about fifth. Look out, coming off of the corner. Brown and Coleman got together. They steered right out of it. First, second, third, and fourth in a breakaway. Corey Kyer still running the high side. Now it's the 69 of Meekum to the inside. Meekum up to third. Oh, there goes the 19 down towards the infield again. That's Lonnie Brown. He's been more sideways than straight forward, and now up into the car, going down into 3. The 85 gets turned sideways. Look out, 85 of Bill McElfresh somehow didn't get wrecked. This has allowed the top 6 cars to break away from the 13 of Sean Priest. 5 laps in, 10 to go. Battle for third. Here comes Kyer. He's now in the inside lane. He was stuck high lane earlier from his outside front row starting spot. On the move, the number 20 car of Bill Ott coming off of turn 4, the 20 of Ott racing with the 19 of Brown and the 13 of Kyle Purvis. Actually, that's the 13 of Priest. Bumper to bumper up front. Litchfield hanging on to it. Oh, and contact between second and third. That then creates contact between Coleman. Look out, Kyer keeps it rolling and will stay under green. Great job, Corey Kyer. Top 5 in the rundown, Litchfield. Meekum. Well, the 44 of Ryan Erskine using the bumper on the 69 of Josh Meekum. Top 3 all beating and banging down in turns 1 and 2. 2 to go this time, 13 complete, 2 to go in the top 2. All contact, Litchfield getting the bumper down in the corner, coming to the straightaway. Litchfield left front trying to get into the 69. 69 of Meekum now in the lead, trying to pull away from Litchfield. White flag coming out. Final circuit. Oh, Meekum close with the lap traffic. Goes to the inside. To the outside goes Litchfield. It's getting wild on the final circuits. Litchfield returning the favor from some contact earlier. He will take the lead back in turn 2. Mike Litchfield has rallied from behind and taken over the lead again. The top 2 get together. They come from turn 4 to the stripe, 4 wide, and Litchfield wins. Oh, what a wild finish tonight in our Compact B main. Told you the features probably be a little more exciting than the heats we saw with the fast guys starting up front. And you can see Litchfield's street stock already being pulled out on the front stretch for him because he's double duty tonight in the street stocks and the compacts. So he'll jump into this 95 car and get ready for our next feature event. Just missed making it in. Just missed making it into the A main, but he wins the B main in exciting style. We'll bring him around to the front of the car and get a word with him. He can hear you now. Let's hear it from Mike Litchfield. Mike, congratulations, man. You led this thing from the start to almost the finish. You got some contact from behind. He got by you, fell back. I thought, there's no chance. Well, then he caught the lap traffic. You got back to him, returned the favor, went on by. Pretty exciting finish.
Thanks. It was pretty awesome. I got to thank Brian Childers for letting me drive his car. David Lucas, Chris Lucas, everybody that worked on it. It's pretty cool. This class here, I mean, I raced all the other classes. This class here, this might be the B main, but this class here is awesome. I got to give it to all them compact drivers. These are fun to drive.
What about the street stock? They brought the car out for you. You're getting ready to go street stock racing. Where do you start, and what do you think your chances are?
We start in the back. I mean, we qualified bad, so I don't know. We'll see. If the new tires come in, you'll see some racing on the outside.
Let's hear it for the win, the exciting win tonight for Mike Litchfield. That race and all the other exciting races here on Main Event Weekend being recorded on DVD by John Chapman from Mid-Vid. He's at the top of the grandstands, the video tower. Stop by and pre-order your copy of Main Event 23 on DVD from John. He will hook you up with a great deal for this whole weekend of action, including that B-main feature that was exciting and 4 wide to the finish at the end. Woody Fox Bail Bonds, Cahill Paint and Designs car. Starting 7th, the number 29 of Steve Carnes from Columbus. Ron Boz, Gussler Racing and Supplies Injury. And starting 8th, the 21 of Phil Gussler Jr. from Columbus. Gussler, the point champion in the sports stocks at Columbus Motor Speedway here in 2010. Watch him as he tries to come from his 8th starting spot in the Bob Locksmith Raceway Automotive Muncie Racing car. Starting 9th, Jason Bartram. Jason Bartram in the 73 from Groveport, the Woody Fox Bail Bonds. Crater, the Barberton Speedway point champion with 8 feature wins. Hobart Racing Engines, Baker Performance, NBR Roofing Car. Down to about our final 5 starters. One of those, the 22 of Joe Hensel from Columbus, Cavalier Tours. 77 of Townsend and the 13 of Williams getting ready to come to green. Here we go. Oh, trouble on the front stretch. Hard hit. Cars crashing all over the raceway. 77 of Townsend. 13 car of Williams hard into the wall. Williams is moving around inside the vehicle, taking his seatbelts off. He looks to be okay. The car will be badly damaged. 21 of Gussler hard into the wall. 71 of Muncie stopped up along the outside retaining wall. Big crash on our green flag for the start. All drivers are okay. A moment or two to get the cars hooked up. Looks like at least 2 of those will need the hook back, including the 13 of Williams and the 21 of Gussler, the point champion Gussler. Suspension damage on the 21 of Phil Gussler Jr., the point champion in the sports stock division from Columbus. Bob Locksmith, Raceway Automotive, Muncie Racing Car. It's going off to the pits. Still looking to get the 13 hooked up. Raise it into the air and take it off the raceway surface. Looks like Muncie will be able to drive away under his own power, and they'll realign the field. Middle of the pack in the outside lane bunching up. Looks like an accident waiting to happen when they get to 3, but they single back down to at least double wide. And up front, the leader for lap 1, Don Townsend Jr. Townsend leading, Snyder second, Holmes is third, slipping back in the high lane. The 39 of Ken Simpson. Carnes goes low. Townsend, Snyder, and Smith. First, second, third. Bartram fourth. Fifth is home. Five-car single file. Looks like Bartram in the 73. Bartram making a go of it in the outside lane. Now Cahill off the pace in the 70. Cahill taking it to the infield. Some steam rolling off of the 70 of Cahill. Looks like water now coming out of that ride. Bartram working forward in the 73 car, slowly trying to make his way to the front. He's on the outside of John Smith for third. Bartram, couple of wins and 3 fast times this year. Bartram still running in the high side. Townsend with pressure. Top 5, make it top 6 cars, all running real close with 8 laps complete. Bartram trying hard in that second groove. Makes a go of it down into turn 3. Pulls door to door with Smith for a moment. Smith sort of boxed in, as is the 71 car of Muncie. Be coming up on the 27 of Kim Mahaffey in a couple of laps. Sounds like she's going to call it a night. Cars will go to the outside. Mahaffey will pull to the infield. Kim Mahaffey calls it an evening. 10 laps complete, 15 to go. 14 to go at the stripe for Townsend. This time Bartram still working hard in the high lane. Muncie inside of Bartram now. It's Ray Muncie trying to pick up fourth. David James, number 17 car, with some smoke coming out of his ride. The Asheville, Ohio driver, David James. Halfway this time, 13 complete, 12 to go for Townsend. Trouble off of 4, look out. Caution flag out. Don Townsend Jr. in the 77 ride, leading the first 13 laps after that opening start mishap. Didn't seem to affect the car any. Mid-pack 17, David James looking outside of Vincent. James with heavy smoke, or moderate smoke coming out of that car since the start of the race. Oh, look out, close call for the 52 car of TJ Sullivan as he steers underneath the 22 of Hensel. Real close call on the front stretch. Oh, look out, 73 of Bartram around and into the wall goes Bartram in the 73 car. Bartram sideways, had it nose toward the infield. Bartram had it nose toward the infield. He is moving around inside the vehicle. Bartram, after the driver's door hit, is moving around inside his car and looks like he'll be ready to climb out here shortly. Bartram running in the 4 spot, worked so hard in that outside lane for so many laps. He had to turn sideways, looking with the nose pointed towards the infield. He corrected. When he corrected, the car whipped around and spun driver's door first into the outside retaining wall. Solo car accident after the restart.
Sideways, had his nose towards.
Don Townsend Jr., Starjet All-City Auto Wrecking Matties used book 77, leading this race from lap 1 to lap 16, trying to hold on for another 9 circuits for the $400 victory tonight. And back to green we go. Snyder right there on the tail. So is Smith in the 00, and Muncie in the 71. John Smith looking outside. Here comes Smith in the 00 car. Side by side for third, Smith and Muncie. Smith pulls up alongside Snyder again. For the second spot, John Smith, the Columbus, Ohio driver, wrestling second away. A little high up the banking on the front stretch. Smith gets a solid run down the back stretch. Maybe a little rubbing between those two. 5 to go, 5 circuits remaining. Smith much better on the front stretch this time. Gives up a little off of 2. Second place battle. Good side-by-side racing tonight in the Sports Stock feature. Smith would love to see the 26 of Snyder make just a little contact with the 77 of Townsend. He'd pull right up beside him for the lead. And now Smith has slipped back by himself in third. 23 laps in, 2 to go for Townsend this time. Smith running outside of Snyder. There's a little contact between Snyder and Townsend. Muncie goes up the banking. He's running 4th. 5th is Carnes. 6th is Holmes. 7th is Simpson. 8th is Vincent. White flag. Final circuit for Townsend. Oh, contact. 2nd and 3rd get together. They are able to keep on rolling on this final circuit. They're coming to the checkered. Bad break for Smith. Bad break for Carnes. Great break for the winner, Don Townsend Jr., 2nd place. Snyder, 3rd. Simpson, 4th. Smith, 5th. Benson, 6th place to Muncie. Well, the Starjet All City Auto Wrecking, Ohio Engine and Transmission Exchange, Maddie's Used Books, EBS Kinder Racing Team, Exhaust Works, number 77, the win tonight. Pretty beat up on the right side of this race car, but it ran good to the finish. Going to get the big $400 check presented to him by AutoSmartsRadio.com. And Boots Longinette down here to hand him the big check as he climbs out. Let's hear it for Donnie Townsend. Well, congratulations on the win tonight. It didn't come easy. Let's take it back first to that opening lap start. You get the green and all kinds of heck breaks loose around you. What happened?
Well, I think when we come out of the corner, we had both hit, and when he hit me, he hit the back of my front wheel, and it turned me right into him, which put him into the wall. It was nothing on purpose. Me and Jerry's raced together for years. I'd never do nothing like that on purpose to nobody, not even my buddy Muncie.
Did anything happen to the right front? Did you feel any difference in the handling from that point on?
Very hard to steer, very hard. Took both hands. I drive my modified with one hand. This I had to drive with both.
Car was still good enough to win, though. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all the fans coming out tonight, my crew, my family. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for the winner tonight, Don Townsend Jr. Big win for the 77 Sports Stock. Uh-oh, not done yet.
I want everybody to know Heavy Hill built this car probably about 30 years ago.
And it made its way into victory lane tonight here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Big win for the 77. Final race of the night on the track. 25-lap A-Main compact feature. Had some pretty entertaining races tonight at the end of the night. If you want to stop up and make your pre-order for your DVD set of the weekend's race action, see John Chapman at the top of the grandstands to the turn 4 side of the finish line. He will hook you up with a DVD set. We'll send them out to you. Michael Robinson starting on the inside, the 47. Tom Williams. Williams, the point champion this season in the compacts here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Then we've got on the inside the 2KX of Jim McElfresh. The top qualifier, the 70. Jason Dennis. Then the drivers that made it through the heats, the 83 of Seth Rager, the 61 car of David Lucas, the 36 of Rich Dunlap, the number 13 of Kyle Purvis. On down to our final 6 or 8 starters, we've got the 07 of Brian Bibbins, the 55 of Wes Ennis, the number 60. 25 lapper go for the compacts tonight. Normally these drivers don't race for much more than a trophy. Tonight racing for a $300 top prize. John McNutt in the 35, Les Stevenson in the 1. To the green, off of corner 4, 25 green flag laps set to go. Can they go the distance? McNutt briefly into the lead. Here comes the 33 on the bottom lane, moving up from about 5th to 2nd. That is Jeremy Menninger. Races with Stevenson. Oh, look out, mid-pack 61 turns sideways. Now we got him 3 wide, down onto the infield. Cars keep rolling with the damage. The 16 car of Dan Kalminer, 29 of Mike Smith, 07 of Bibbins pulls off into the infield. Caution flag is out. Losing a few cars, obviously the 99 of Donnie Nash, 16 of Cal Miner, and the 07 of John McNutt and Les Stevenson again. Coming to the green, 25 laps. Trying it for a second time. Three wide, middle of the backstretch. They single out down to double file. A lot of two wide racing at the conclusion of lap number 1. Earl Scranton racing into second. Stevenson back to third. Bullock, the 33, running there as well. Thought about threading the needle. Jeremy Menninger. Here comes Brian Whitmore into the top 5. Big Pat with top qualifier finish, the 47 car there as well. Tom Williams, 91 of Don West. Menninger in the 33 racing with Stevenson. Moving to the high lane was Whitnall, but that opened the door for Robinson. Open to get around Stevenson on the bottom order in turn 2. He's moved up into the 4 spot, sets his sights on the lead trio with Bullock racing Scranton for second. Christian Bullock for second with Earl Scranton. They get together middle of the back stretch, nearly spinning towards the infield. Scranton protecting the bottom from the 6 of Bullock. A couple of Midvale Speedway regulars at the front, but Bullock trying to change that in the 6 car as he goes to the bottom of Scranton again. Boy, Scranton keeps squeezing him tight on the backstretch. Lap number 8 complete this time for John McNutt, the Uriksville driver, and now second place about to change hands. Bullock has pulled alongside Earl Scranton. Scranton caught in the high lane, and Bullock takes the second. Oh, a little contact between those two, but Scranton and Bullock get it righted. Menninger, one of the quicker cars here early on, the 33 up to third. Scranton running in the 4th spot now. Stevenson 5th, protecting the inside lane. He's followed by Robinson, as well as McNutt and Whitmore. John McNutt in the 35 car. McNutt, the leader, working around the 55 car of Wes Ennis. Down, 11 to go for McNutt, but I think Bullock is starting to close the gap a little bit. McNutt's been smooth and steady so far. 10 more laps to go for John McNutt, but Bullock is closing. 47 of Williams racing with the 70 of Dennis. 29 of Smith pulling into the infield. He's got a right front about to fall off of that car. First, second, third, and fourth single file. Then from Stevenson in the 1 car in the 5th spot on. Behind him, the point champion, the 47 car of Tom Williams, racing in the 2nd groove outside of Robinson now. Next on his list will be Stevenson for 5th. Slowly but surely, the 6 of Bullock is reeling him in, but it's taking a long time for him to get there. And if he gets there, it's going to be hard to make the pass on the 35. McNutt has been squeezed in the bottom lane. 5th place battle coming off of 4. Battle is over. Taking the spot, Williams has his car stout in the outside lane now. Stevenson back to 6th, 7th Robinson, 8th McElfresh, 9th was 61 of Lucas, and 10th Wetnall. Bullock gets into the corners. McNutt gets off of the turns a little better. Two to go. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Doing a little bit of scrambling and a nose-to-tail battle. And John McNutt of the Denison Yard, number 35, seeing the white this time. 1 to go for the 35 of John McNutt. Racing into the 3rd turn, the driver from Uricksville, many-time featured winner at the Midvale Speedway, rolls off to turn number 4. And to the checkered, John McNutt, the victory tonight. Bullock 2nd, coming home 3rd. Menninger 4th, Scranton 5th, Williams 6th place to the 1 of Stevenson, 7th to Robinson, 8th to McElfresh, 9th to the 61 of Lucas, and 10th to the 32 of Wetnall. Our winner John McNutt in just a moment to close out tonight. Compact and sports stock competitors, a reminder to turn your transponders in before leaving the track this evening. Some of the other Midvale contingent of race cars here on the front straightaway to congratulate their competitor that they race against all season long, including the Midvale point champion Rich Dunlap in the 36. Terry McNutt Racing, Denison Yard, John's Foods. Number 35, LaWinda Knight. Picking up his first career Columbus Motor Speedway victory. There he is, your winner, John McNutt. Well, John, it was all about being smooth around this 3rd mile, and tonight, you got out front. Everybody else is battling 2 wide, 3 wide, and during that period of time in the first few laps, you were able to pull away. You got the big lead, and now all of your Midvale competitors and friends are coming out to congratulate you. Good run tonight.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It takes a while to get used to running at a different racetrack, and these Columbus competitors are strong. We've had a couple of them come to Midvale and race up at our track, and they've been tough to beat up there. Tonight, you were able to win on their home turf.
Right, I was lucky. I got put on the pole, and the inside was where it was at, and I stayed there, and it worked out real good.
You run a little bit of a different tire. At Midvale, we run the normal street tires. Here, you run a racing tire. Kind of changes the gearing selection, which works out pretty good for you here.
Right, we run third gear here, we run second gear at Midville, and them Hoosier tires are like the #1 thing.
Have a lot of people you like to thank?
Yeah, my wife, all these guys right here with me, especially Lenny Orr, my brother. That's about it. All these famous recipe and Dennison Yard.
Let's hear it for your winner again, John McNutt. Again, thanks for coming out on this Saturday portion of Main Event 23 tomorrow. 9 o'clock pits, 11 o'clock hot laps. Racing at 1:30. Great day planned with the modifieds and super late models, good fields, but the field's yet to be set. More last chances to determine the rest of our starting positions. Race time 1:30. See you here.